Hello, senior Aquarius females. Welcome to your reading. So, let's see what has God been trying to tell you, my darling. What have you been trying to tell our senior Aquarius ladies? Oh. Okay, so this is a health thing God has been trying to get through to you. So, if someone you know has been suffering from a loss of memory, we got respiratory obstruction, loss of access. So it's like there's no air getting to the brain. Okay? Respiratory obstruction and loss of access. Yeah, the air is not getting to the brain. So that's what I'm getting from your reading. Okay? And that's causing a loss of memory. And after that, we have a blank card followed by blood clots. So if you have somebody that's ill right now and they keep losing their memory, could be because of blood clots. Have loss of direction. So yeah, things that they shouldn't be forgetting, they're forgetting. It's because of the air not being able to access their brain. Okay? Now why brain? Because brain has everything to do with memory. Okay? So I don't know if you need to tell doctors, or I don't know if there's something that you can, like, something that kind of thins the blood a little bit, but it's better to get help from somebody who is professional in this field, okay, so that everything goes smoothly. Okay, but if you're trying to figure out what's wrong with someone, then look into their brain not getting the oxygen that it needs for it to function properly. All right, look for blood clots or address the issue of blood clots. Okay, hang on. So can you give us some natural remedies for removing blood clots, please, Most High? What would you suggest naturally Aquarius get themselves, or whoever it is that's ill, to do at home? What can they practice to help to undo blood clots? So this is a deck of natural remedies, yeah. Seriously. Okay. Stop falling on the floor. One more time, Aquarius. At the bottom of the deck, we have breathing therapy. So, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Deep. Hold for a bit and let it go. In. Even if it's 1 second. And out, but deep breaths. Because if you do deep breaths, then you're taking in a lot of oxygen. Okay, slow and deep. But most of all, listen to your body. You'll know. Sometimes the right breathing technique is to go. Even that too will get stuff moving inside, okay? So let's see what cards come out for you. But I'm sure breathing therapy will help, because that's one of the cards that fell on the floor. It had hot water therapy, cold water therapy, and breathing therapy. So let's see. What is God's suggestion for you at home to help with this issue, as well as see a doctor, of course? Okay. Hopefully they will listen to you. But that's why we're trying to find you something that you could do at home to help yourself if your doctor chooses not to believe you. I feel like there's another one in here. So we got flower therapy. So what's that? That is some kind of bush. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Cold water therapy. Okay, and sound going out therapy. Hang on. And then that's followed by the hot water therapy. Okay. I'm gonna keep these 3 cards. And dancing. We got whining and twerking. So that's talking about vibrating your body, shaking up your body. Because you could imagine if you move your body, exercising and things like that will help to push your circulatory system along. Okay, so it's about, we got you need to find out what flowers it is that will help to thin the blood a little bit, because blood clots mean that the blood has stayed there and it has gotten hard. So you don't want to thin the blood too much, but you do need to be able to get rid of that. So it's a combination of things. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I felt more cards in here, and sound going out would be like singing. That's the same breathing kind of vibe. Singing will help you. Okay, so hold on, let me get the other information for you first. Let's see. So you'd imagine a blood clot is talking about stagnation. So how do you remove stagnation? You remove stagnation with movement. But because it's a clot, that means it's hard. So that's why the flower therapy come in. So some of the flowers or bush or things like that, it helps to thin the blood a little bit. So that once it's thin, and the hot water therapy as well, once it's thin and going in the steam room and stuff like that, it will help to move, because you want to move that clot along naturally. Okay, if your doctor won't listen to you, okay, these are things that you can do. So the hot water, just imagine you have a clot. Some of the things that will help it to be removed is to thin the blood just a little, go into the sauna so that your body heats up, okay, and doing exercises as well. It'll help to push the blood along. Also, I would imagine massages will help to push the clot along so that it comes out of the body. Okay, let's see what else. You have to remove the clot so that your airway is no longer restricted. Okay, so the whining card came out, because imagine if you're moving around, it's pressing stuff and moving stuff around. Okay, so if you've been stagnant for a long time, then that's what helped to make the clot like just stay there. This is why when I speak to you elders, I tell you guys, you need to stop living how they have taught us to live. You need to keep moving. When you stop moving, that's when you start getting old. If you never stop moving, you will never get old. Getting old is an option. Getting old means that you spend most of your time sitting down watching TV, or just going to work, coming home and saying, oh, I'm tired, I just want to lay down or sit down. The body needs to work. The body was made to work. So if we do not work the body, then we're going to end up with inflammation and mucus buildup, and we're going to end up with stress because we're not having fun anymore, and we're going to end up with blood clots because we're not doing any activity to push the old stuff along. You understand? Let's see what else. So exercise. You need to move about. And if you haven't been doing it for a long time, then you have to start off slow. And if you feel like lightheaded or anything like that, stop doing whatever movement you're doing and comfort the body. Get back up straight and comfort the body. Stretch therapy, see? So it's about finally stretching. And what was the first thing we do when we've been sitting down too long? When we get up, we stretch. It's a natural healing process of the body. Okay? So God wants you to go dancing and roots therapy. So like I said, it's something to do with the bush. So you have to know which bush. Do some research. Talk to some people. Go on Google, stuff like that. Okay? Go and see your doctor first and see if you feel more comfortable doing it that way. Because for me personally, I'd be seeking into this, but everybody's different. So you could go and see your doctor and talk about what kind of drugs they have to kind of thin the blood a little bit. Because what happens when you thin the blood a little bit and then you do these things, it helps to move it along easier. So you need to couple this or your medication that the doctor will give you with your exercise. So try yoga. Start with yoga. Start with yoga and then work your way up to dancing and whining, and be gentle with yourself. Okay? And then the cold water comes back at the bottom of the deck again. But for some reason my brain, and look, go for a walk. So it's between getting your roots or your medicine and exercising, moving your body. And here comes that breathing energy again. Breathing therapy. So you need to live, my dear. Not just be alive. So the cold water. What can you tell me about the cold water so I can understand how this works, please? Because the cold water is confusing me. Do we have any cards here that could... And this is why I have so many decks. Could never have enough. Something to help me understand how the cold water so the first step is to thin the blood a little bit, and then do some exercises, going for a walk, doing some yoga. If you could even do like speed walk, because next was going for a run. But if you're not up to that level of fitness, then just walk, but walk a little bit faster than you normally would. And pay attention to your body while you're doing these things. If you need to stop, stop. Alright, let's see if we can understand. It's cold water. Seriously? Okay. Who are they? It will make sense in a minute. Just hang on. Learn from the wisest elders. Oh. Who is he? Okay, so there's somebody. Who are they? God says you need to learn from your wisest elders. So I feel like there are people who are your seniors as well, who have been through what you're going through. Find out what they know about cold water. I don't know if you drink a lot of cold water or something, but if you do, find out what those who have been in the earth longer than you have learned about drinking cold water, because it's not coming through clear to me. At the bottom of the deck we have who is he. So it could be a man, okay, somebody who's older than you. It could be a man. So it's like, what does cold water do to the body? I don't know if you shower in cold water, because yes, let's use our imagination for a bit. If hot water, okay, when you got something and you put hot water on it, what does it do? It help it to melt, and once it start melting, it help it to move along easier. But when you put cold water on something, it makes it expand, and when it expands, then it's harder for it to move along. Okay, so there's a difference. So if the cold water is what has caused or helped to cause these restrictions, then you might want to drink more tea, because the opposite of cold is hot. So instead of, when you feel like drinking something, drink some tea. Okay, just put the bush in the water and drink it hot. Okay, and move around more. You need to set yourself a schedule where you move around more and work your way up to actually dancing and being fit. This is an exercise in turning the clock all the way back. Age is nothing but a number. So if you want to improve your memory, you have to drink more hot things instead of cold. Or even go on to Google and ask Google what's the effects of cold water on the body. As if they will tell you, because Google belongs to the people who have been fooling us about age for all these years. So that's why me personally, I don't trust Google. That's why I have made so many cards. So when I want to do research, this is how I do it. But clearly I need to make some more cards. Okay, yeah. So we got who is he. Then we got stand up for yourself. We got be yourself. And then that's followed by destructive behavior. So yeah, so I feel like you probably do indulge in a lot of cold water. Probably you do cold showers and stuff like that. Everything should be in balance. If you do it over excessively. If you do it excessively, then it causes problems. There's nothing wrong with a cold water shower or drinking cold water, but doing it in excess is a problem, which is a lesson for me because I love to eat ice. And a lot of the times I freeze the vein that's right here, and that's not good. So yeah, less cold drinks and have more hot drinks, okay? And find out about the roots that or the flowers or the bush tea that can actually thin the blood a little bit. I heard red wine can do that for you, or alcohol taken as a medicine, not as a social drink. Okay, alcohol thins the blood, so there's that. And then you couple that with your movement. Find a yoga class. Okay, make some new acquaintances and live a little. All right, ma'am. So I hope that this here made sense to you. Sorry it was so long. I was doing the research for you. But yeah, that should help your memory to improve. Okay, need to free up and get massages if you can. All right, so that will help you to move the blood clots that's restricting the air from getting to your brain, which is causing your loss of memory. There you go. So feel free to investigate anything that I said here today before you start doing anything. But exercise, you can't go wrong with exercise. A little bit of alcohol will thin the blood. So I don't think that I said anything to you here that will cause you any massive problems, but definitely do your research and make sure it's something that you're comfortable with before you do anything. If you're more comfortable with seeing Babylon doctors, then go and see the Babylon doctor so that they can give you some kind of tablet or something, or see what they have to tell you about this. But perhaps they don't know that it's a respiratory issue that's causing you loss of memory. And plus, it seems to me like we the people are not their primary obligation. Their primary obligation is to making money, and it is sad, but it's very true. So whatever your spirit feels most comfortable with, do follow your heart. Okay, but keep these things in your mind. Probably at least drink less cold water, have less cold showers as well. Okay, that should help. And definitely do exercise. Okay, so if you find the thing in your blood part to be too risky, or you are uncomfortable with that, at least start with hot water therapy and exercise, more exercise. Okay, and massage. Hot water therapy, exercise, and massage. Those are natural ways that you can help to improve your memory by removing the clots. There's stagnation in your circulatory system, and that needs to get moving so that the blood can go where it needs to go. Okay, there you go. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helped you. Until next time, my dear, take care.